Show starts in 5 minutes.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go!
It's 3 minutes till showtime.
Men, there's a drive-in movie full of juicy people. Wow! It's a trap! Help! It's Pick! We've had it, men.
A pleasant aroma for you, but not for mosquitoes. Pick is easy to use. Light it and forget it. Pick's aroma keeps mosquitoes, gnats, and sandflies away. Pick is the best protection for barbecues, fishing and camping trips, or just relaxing in the yard.
So if you don't want our company ever anywhere, just like Pick and see what I mean? Bye!
Pick is on sale at the refreshment stand now. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Today we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza.
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony's sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anywhere.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the pizza craver's pizza.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Show starts in 1 minute.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now.
And now, on with the show.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the movie quiz. I am your host, Chris Mann Nelson, and in just a few minutes, you and I will be embarking together on a trivia odyssey through 50 points of trivia, puzzles, all kinds of stuff. Tonight is the finale of season 12. It is the championship for season 12. We've been playing in mini seasons since I couldn't remember last week. It was June. It's been long. It's been a long time coming, but a champion will be crowned tonight. Now, just like last season, anybody who's played at least, did I set a minimum? You have to have played at least a few games to qualify for the championship, but pretty much anybody is eligible. The winners of the mini seasons did get Yaddle cards, which are good for, they're not automatic points, but they're to be used at your discretion. If you don't know a question or you think you might get it wrong, you can just type Yaddle in the answer. And as long as you have a Yaddle card still in your possession, virtually, theoretically, I will give you the point. They are worth only 1 point. They can't be used for double points. If you want to get 2 pointers, you got to use 2 Yaddle cards. So the count, I believe, is 3 Yaddle cards for the Helsinki syndrome and 1 Yaddle card for Han Still Solo. I don't know if they're here. I didn't see them in the signups yet, but they did earn a Yaddle card for tying for first in that first season, that first mini season, that first part of season 12. All right, so let's do it. We're going to be mixing and matching different categories from throughout this season. We've done there's going to, as always, the finale is going to be a mashup of different themes and categories from the season that has come before us. So let's start it off with our first one tonight. We've talked about pre-MCU Marvel. We've talked about MacGuffins. Tonight we are talking about MCU MacGuffins, which technically I have been using this, and I know I've been kind of using this phrase slightly incorrectly. A MacGuffin is actually something that's irrelevant to the plot. Never actually, you could swap it out for something else completely. So these aren't technically MacGuffins, but you know, in the parlance of our times, they are. All right, here comes question number 1. It's a multiple choice question. One of the most frequently recurring plot starters in the MCU is the glowing cube known as the Tesseract, which characters are looking for in all of these movies except for which one? Which movie does not have the Tesseract as a MacGuffin or plot device? Captain America, the First Avenger, Captain Marvel, Thor, the Dark World, or the Avengers? Which one does not have the Tesseract as a important plot point? Or sort of a MacGuffin? Actually watched a whole video on there's a guy, a good YouTube account, good film analysis account called Nando versus Movies. Pretty insightful guy. He's part of the Nebula network of content creators, the more thoughtful content creators, and he did a real deep dive on like MacGuffins and like the misuse of the term, and because he was misusing the term, and he looked into it more deeply. All right, so the only one that does not involve the Tesseract is Thor, the Dark World. Thor 2 does not have the Tesseract. Captain Marvel, even though it's a prequel, it has the Tesseract in it, and the Avengers certainly has it as well. All right, question number 2. What actor played Ulysses Claw, a one-armed arms dealer helping the titular robot obtain vibranium from Wakanda in Avengers Age of Ultron? Who played Ulysses Claw, helping Ultron find vibranium? Also, I know that people are watching the Yankees. I was watching before, but I will say. For the puzzle round tonight, because it's the championship, you're gonna want pen and paper. It's a pen and paper kind of puzzle round. You're gonna want the pen and paper. I'm sorry, but it's good. It's good. I think it's going to be fun. And I gave like a little. I did some post-production work to help you out. All right, so this one, who plays Ulysses Claw? You normally see him in mocap mode, but he's in the flesh. Andy Serkis plays Ulysses Claw. He's also in Black Panther. He's in two of them, I think. All right, here comes your third question in Marvel MacGuffins. This one is a rare spelling counts question on TMQ. It's a spelling challenge. In the first Thor standalone movie, the God of Thunder comes to Earth to find his hammer, which is called what? You have to name it and you have to spell it correctly for the point. No close enough. No horseshoes and hand grenades here. So really double check your spelling before hitting submit. Some people just throwing up half court shots or not caring about it. All right, so it is a lot of teams were close. You know the basic phonetics of it, that it's Mjolnir, which is spelled Mjolnir. Mjolnir is Mjolnir. Yeah, more than half the teams got it. All right, here comes question number 4, back to multiple choice. In Captain America Civil War, Baron Zemo hunts down a book with words that will activate the Winter Soldier. Which MCU title word is in that activation sequence? Is it Homecoming, Infinity, Doctor, or Widow? Which one of those words that's in the title of an MCU movie is in the activation sequence that Baron Zemo is looking for in a book? So honestly, yeah, MS Paint probably will be fine as long as I'll just tell you. I can tell you now. It's my show. I can make the rules. It's going to be a cipher. It's going to be a cipher puzzle. Only the second time I've ever done a cipher. But where for this one, images will represent different letters, and so you'll have to decode I give you a passcode, and we'll deal with it more later. But it's going to be a cipher, just so you can mentally prepare yourself for that, or get ready to get pissed off at me. All right, so what is the word that's in that activation sequence? It is homecoming. Homecoming is the word that is in Spider-Man Homecoming and also in the Winter Soldier activation sequence. Here comes question number 5. We're halfway through the round already. What is the name, first and last name, of the original Ant-Man, a scientist who created the growing and shrinking particles that everyone from S.H.I.E.L.D. down to his own villainous protege Darren Cross want to get their hands on? What is that Ant-Man's name? The original Ant-Man. Full name. Just first and last. I don't need, if you know his middle name, keep it to yourself. Also, I have a special treat for you at the end of this round. All right, so who is that original Ant-Man? He created the particles. They were Pym particles. because his name is Hank Pym. Hank Pym. Michael Douglas is Hank Pym in the MCU. All right, got 3 questions left. Question number 6. Iron Man 3 finds Tony Stark tracking down leads on what nanotechnology that regenerates limbs but causes subjects to explode? Iron Man 3 finds Tony Stark tracking down leads on what nanotech that regenerates limbs but causes subjects to explode? It's a bad deal. I know that there are some people that don't like all the Marvel stuff. All the Marvel. I'm going to shift this camera over slightly to me. All the Marvels, but it's like the unfortunate reality is it's basically like all of mainstream filmmaking in the last like 13 years. Like all that's come out are these. All right, so what he is looking for leads on is Extremis. Extremis is the name of that program created by Guy Pearce. It's I like Iron Man 3. I'm an Iron Man 3 fan. I don't like the complaints about it. I think the twist was good. All right, question number 7. In Spider-Man Far From Home, Mysterio orchestrates an elaborate plot to manipulate control of Edith, a powerful defense intelligence system bequeathed to Peter Parker by Tony Stark, which is embedded in what wearable accessory? What houses Edith? The thing that the AI that Mysterio is trying to get his hands on. All right. And so what is it that Edith is hiding in? It's not a helmet or a bracelet or a cape. It is sunglasses. Sunglasses, eyeglasses. You put glasses, you got the point. All right. So now what I've done, normally this happens by accident, but tonight, because it's championship, it's special night, I've orchestrated a special treat for you. Question number 6. It's time for some messy decimals. For 1/6 of a point each, correctly identify each infinity stone. So I have Hi, internet did something funky this time. Once again, doing funky stuff. All right, so this one, they do have to be in order. You get a 1/6 of a point. All right, so yeah, just type, you have the answer key down there, type space, time. Dun, 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 dun. Hang on. I did something silly. Something silly happened here, but I think I can fix it. Good. All right. So I tried to make something stupid happen, and I did something on purpose, and I did something stupid accidentally. So that's good. That's good. I made it so that there's I made it so that it doesn't. I don't know what I did. Let's see if this works. I didn't make it so that order counted. God damn it! There's always some kind of detail that happens. Let's see. I think you know what? It's not gonna work right. Everyone's just gonna get the points. Everyone's just gonna get a point because I screwed it up. It was fun in theory. It was fun in theory, but let's reveal it. It's time, power, space, mind, reality, and soul. I thought it would be fun, but I had to mark them all correct because I couldn't tell where they came in. So that went sideways, but it was all only worth 1 point. So it's all the same. It's fine. So we didn't get any goofy. We got one goofy one, which is fine. So we got CNX trivia with 2 powder from the movie Powder with 2.83. Oh man, I could have had a whole thing full of all these crazy numbers. Still Only Island with 3. Chris the Curator with 4. 1877 Cars for Kids and Old Men Screaming both with 5. Avis and Bobo Movies and Ulrich von Lichtenstein with 6. Drunk Quiztery and La Pinguina, Stanley Cooper, Marley's Chains, and Helsinki Syndrome all starting out with perfect 8s. So that didn't work. The decimals didn't work. That sucks. I'll do it. I'll do something next time that will make it work. I'm sorry. I know. I could just mark you wrong and you'll get the decimals, but you don't want that. All right. So here comes our second round of the night. It's going to be our picture round. And so it is. We had in the Billy the Puppet games, we had sharp dressers, and we had puppets and dolls and toys. So I'm mashing all of those up into what I'm calling fashion models. I'm going to show you outfits worn by I'm going to show you puppets and dolls and toys and just their outfits. All right. Some are dolls and toys in the stories, and some are the characters that are played by puppets. They're actual puppets in real life. So some are actual toys, but just name either the character or just name the character, because I think that stands for all of them. All right. So let's do it. I'm going to give you to get this. Hang on. Wait. I made it as a video. So you have 4 minutes to get this done. 4 minutes starting now. Order does count. I did this one correctly. Yeah, go ahead. Have at it. Good luck. You're about halfway through the round, a little less than 2 minutes to go. For number 2, I'm going to ask you to be a little specific. Be a little specific. I've had teams with this. If you put the general thing, you probably know what the specific answer I'm looking for is. But I'm looking for a little bit of specificity on number 2. All right, you've got about a minute and a half left. Got about 30-ish seconds left here. All right, we're coming up on the countdown here. For this round. All right, so let's go over these. Hang on, let's take this one out. All right, so let's go over these. We've got your first one there is Chucky. Your second one that I was asking for specificity because that is the outfit of Weird Barbie. That is Weird Barbie, Kate McKinnon. Number 3, that is Yoda. Those are Yoda's garb. That's Yoda's garb there. Number 4, that is Mithrigan herself, Megan. Number 5, that is Gonzo, or more specifically, as some people put it, Gonzo as Charles Dickens. Number 6, that is Annabelle. That is a time for Annabelle with her weird, dirty Victorian era dress. Number 7, almost everybody got this right. That's E.T. That's when they dress up, when Gertie dresses up E.T. And number 8, that is Jessie from Toy Story. All right, so that brings us to our short round. Our short round is 4 quick points. It's almost like I'm gonna call it the lightning round again because we're gonna do this one kind of quick. All right, so this season we have talked about Ben Affleck movies. We've talked about soundtracks. So it's time for Aff Tracks, songs in Ben Affleck's movies. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show you. You've got 4 songs here. I'm giving you the hang on, where? No, give me the other view. I've given you their I've shown you the singles, the CD singles. Oh, no, that's the answers. No, okay. Hopefully you didn't see that. You probably saw that, but it skipped ahead to the answers. But you've got these 4 CD singles. You've got Aerosmith, you've got Evanescence, you got Elliott Smith, and you got Afro Man. So take a look at those and answer. Or there's something stupid happens every week. All right, so tell me the 4 movies that these songs are from. All right. I'm going to give you 20 seconds or so more. Get myself really tiny in there. All right, let's do it. Let's start the 15-second timer. In the spirit of keeping this lightning and short and quick. All right, that is time for this round. I did goof and accidentally jump ahead. So hopefully, I don't know if you saw it. That's on me. You take full advantage of that if you saw it. All right. So the first one, that is I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. That is by Aerosmith. That is from Armageddon, of course. Everybody who submitted got that right. Your second one is Evanescence. That is from Daredevil, of course. Our good buddy Daredevil. Where is he? There he is with Evanescence. Right, just the word Evanescence on there. Number 3, that is Elliott Smith's Oscar-nominated song Miss Misery, which was on the Good Will Hunting soundtrack. And Because I Got High by Afro Man is from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings here. That didn't grade up. Hang on one sec. Let me get that graded up. Did the last one grade up too? It did, right? Yeah. No, it didn't grade up. It didn't grade any of this shit. Sorry. All right, that's why your scores looked weird. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look at your scores now. We got Still Lonely Island with 8, Chris the Curator with 9, Old Men Screaming with 10, See You Next Trivia with 12, Powder from the movie Powder with 13 and change, Ulrich von Lichtenstein with 14, Movies with 15, Cars for Kids and Avis and Bobo tied with 16, Marley's Chains with 17, Helsinki with 18, Drunk Quistery with 19, and La Penguina and Sterling Cooper Roland Daly Betts tied atop the leaderboard with perfect 20s. All right, so now it is time for you to get mad at me, because it is time for the cipher. It's time for the cipher. I know, I'm sorry. What's going on? Where are the Yankees? Top of the 8th for the Yankees? Great, even better. There, Stanton home run? Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Okay, hang on. Stanton home run. All right, so let's see. All right, so here we go. Your cipher here is Y2K LA. We've talked about early 2000s movies. We've talked about LA. So for this one, I'm going to show you my cipher, which is a bunch of images here. You'll see them. You also, if you want, you could open. Is this not copy and pastable? Hang on. I will give you. Let me give you a shareable link, so you can open this thing up in a more reasonable way. You can open up this this image in a more reasonable fashion. All right. So what you've got there is you got a key phrase here. So all of these movies, the answer to all of these is going to be movies that take place in LA and came out. They were released in the early 2000s. All right. So you've got your key phrase up top here, which is Los Angeles. L is that picture of the Vision. O is that picture of Sully. S is that picture of Larry Crown. So anytime you see those, that's they will show up there. All right. So and also I'm going to do this as a video. This video is about 6.5 minutes. I'm going to give you more time than usual to get this one done. But in the last minute or two, the L, the O, the S, the A, the N, the E will slowly appear on the screen. So as time ticks down, it might be able to kind of a little typing it, and be able to figure out what they are. But copy and paste that image, if you can copy and paste that URL that is there on the question, that'll work. But if you can't, take a look up at the top of the site. I'm going to put a link I never use, which is a link. You can open up this separate link. I shouldn't be anywhere in this. Hang on. I'll stay on the mic so I can answer any questions if you got them. We got one team in with a lot of answers quickly. Yeah, towards the end of the time, which is about 6 minutes and change, you will see it'll slowly the letters will slowly populate the images here. Then you might be able to do a little just like got about 2.5 minutes left. About a minute left. Just about a minute left. See the letters appearing. All right, time is ticking down. So if you have not submitted, you need to change anything at the last second. Now is the time. All right, that is time in the round. All right, so that first one we've got is Collateral. Here it is. I'll put it full screen again. So you got Collateral for the first one, Scream 3 specifically, but if you put Scream, I took it as well because you solved the puzzle. Number 3 is Training Day. You've got 4 is Memento. You got M is Thanos, E is Billy the Puppet, and so on. You've got Almost Famous, Crash, $1 Million Baby, and The Fast and the Furious. All right, so those are your answers. People did pretty solidly on this. And also, I did see your request, Helsinki, to use it for round 2, question 7. Because I didn't lay this rule out clearly in advance. You got to use it. I'll give you that one, but for the other 2, if you're going to use it, you got to use it in the moment in the question. But I didn't lay that. That's on me. I didn't lay that one out clearly, so I will give you that point. So you got one Yaddle card used. All right, so let's take a look at our. You guys did solidly on that one. Let's take a look at your scores and standings here. After what? How many rounds? All the way, almost to the end here. We got Still Lonely Island with 8, Chrissy Curator with 9, Old Men Screaming with 10, See You Next Trivia with 12, Powder with 16.833333, Marley's Chains with 18, Cars for Kids with 20. Ulrich von Liechtenstein with 20 as well. Drunk Quiztery and Movies with 23. Avis and Bobo 24. Helsinki Syndrome with 27. La Pinguina and Sterling Cooper Roland Deli Bets tied atop the leaderboard with, I think that's still perfect, right? Is that still perfect? 28. So we got a good championship game cooking here. That brings us to our last, not our last, because we have the post-credit splits, but it brings us to our double points round, which is it's a crossover. It's a mashup between our transportation rounds of Billy the Puppet and our crime of this Marcellus Wallace's briefcase set of rounds. So this is all about transportation related crime movies. That's why I said last week that Money Train might show up, but it won't. I didn't put Money Train in this week. All right, here comes question number 1. Some of these are going to be type 2 answers for the 2 points. Some of them are going to be 2 truths and a lie. All right, so your first one, which 2 actors played the villains who collectively terrorized a bus, a subway, and a cruise ship in Speed 1 and Speed 2? Who played the 2 villains in Speed 1 and Speed 2? Cruise ship is a wild choice. And yes, I don't know how I find the time. I try to make it. I don't know. I have this curse where I need to I can't. I gotta make it as good as I can until I hit a certain point. I can't care. Also, I hope in the Cypher one, yeah, again, you guys did great on the Cypher one. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of those TMQ gags and references in there. Had Jeremy Irons. We had Larry Crown, which I still can't remember why Larry Crown is a thing, but it's a thing. All right, so most teams got Dennis Hopper, of course, as the villain, but in Speed 2 it was Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe. He had he put like leeches on himself in the movie. That movie sucks. All right, question number 2. Here we go. During the peak of the Die Hard on a Blank knockoff era, Steven Seagal made a pair of Under Siege movies in which he uncharismatically foils villainous plots on what 2 types of vehicles? So if you haven't played this format before, if you're new, you've got 2 correct answers and a fake out answer. The fake out answer will knock you down to 0. You can choose just one if you want. These, man, I still can't wrap my head around Steven Seagal as like a thing. It's incredible. He's so terrible in like everything he does. All right, so the first Under Siege movie is on an aircraft carrier. The second one, a fair amount of people chose the jumbo jet. I was trying to throw you off by making you think of Executive Decision, the other Steven Seagal movie, but it's the Under Siege 2 Dark Territory is on a passenger train. All right, question number 3. After Pee-wee Herman's beloved bike is stolen by what rival man-child? So the character that arranges for the theft of his bike. He doesn't get his hands dirty himself. He goes on his big adventure that culminates with him finding it on the back lot of what film studio? So the other man-child that has Pee-wee's bike stolen is your first answer, and the film studio lot, just name the studio where it's found, is your second answer. Excuse me. First name is fine for the man-child. Shout out to Old Men Screaming for getting the full name of the man-child. All right, let's do it. Let's hit the timer. Nee. All right, time is up for this one. Yeah, he's not Huey. He's not Big Baby. He does look like a big baby when he's taking his bath. Francis is taking his bath is the line in the movie. It's Francis Buxton, and the bike ends up at Warner Brothers. It ends up at the Warner Brothers lot. Warner Brothers made the movie, and it was their back lot in Burbank. All right, question where I've been, and I've seen. You can actually pass if you go on their studio tour. You can see the pet shop where Pee-wee. You can see all these like locations from Pee-wee. All right, question number 4. Which pair of late 60s Westerns involve train heists? We've got the Wild Bunch, Butch Cassidy, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Which 2 of these have train heists? One has a train in it, but there's not a heist. Oh wait, hang on. What? Just a bit of business here. I see in the chat, Helsinki typed Yaddle card in the chat. I'm sorry. I again didn't make it clear. Type it in the. Which one did you want to use it for? Just for because each one is worth 1 point. So you want to. It was for the. Just tell for which one. I will adjust it. I'll add a point to your for the last question. Okay. All right. So you've used, so I'll give you a point and you've used 2 now, correct? Is that just so we're on the same page, right? 2. Okay. Perfect. All right. Yeah. And for the, sorry, you can just type it in unless it's, oh, wait, you're right. If it's a double, if it's a click one, put it in the chat. Okay. So you've got one more. My bad. All right. So the 2 of these movies that have train heists in them is The Wild Bunch and Butch Cassidy. The Wild Bunch and Butch Cassidy. There is a train scene in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but there is not a heist. All right, question. We're halfway through this round already. Shit, it's moving fast. All right. Which pair of car-heavy crime movies of the 2000s were remakes or reimaginings of films from the 1960s or 70s that had the same title? Your options are The Transporter, The Italian Job, and Gone in 60 Seconds. The Italian Job, Transporter, and Gone in 60 Seconds. Which 2 of those are remakes or reimaginings of a movie from the 60s or 70s? Also checking back on, I'm glad you like the cipher, Ryan. That's awesome. You guys didn't love it. That's totally fine. I enjoyed making it. I like that kind of thing. I think I did it once before, and someone suggested using images instead. I did it with like M equals A and B equals X, stuff like that. But someone in the chat, I believe, suggested doing images, so that was fun. All right, so your 2 movies that were remakes, I think more people got what I would consider the more obvious one, which is The Italian Job, but also Gone in 60 Seconds. Gone in 60 Seconds. The Transporter was written by Luc Besson, who showed up in a previous, was it just last week, where we had the women assassins round. Luc Besson has a thing for that. He wrote the Transporter screenplay. All right, question number 6. Many ships appear in the plundering Pirates of the Caribbean series, but which 2 were part of existing nautical lore, both historical and legendary, so real and fake, and were worked into the films? Your options are Queen Anne's Revenge, The Flying Dutchman, and The Black Pearl. 2 of these boats that show up in in these movies are real, or not real necessarily, but you understand what I'm saying. All right, so the 2, the Flying Dutchman was in nautical lore. It was actually Davy Jones's ship. Davy Jones shows up in the sequels, the 2nd and the 3rd movie. And Queen Anne's Revenge was Blackbeard's ship. Blackbeard is that was the real one that made an appearance in one of the movies. Blackbeard's in it. I have no idea. 4, 5, one of those, the really later ones. I got 2 questions left in our double points round. Question number 7. Which 2 actors play the protagonist, a man with the last name Garber, in the 1974 and 2009 versions of the subway hijacking story Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3? Who's in the... They have different first names and their jobs are a little different, but they're both named Garber and they're both the hero of the 1974 and the 09 versions. All right, let's do it. All right, so most people got the 09 version, knew that it was what do you call them? Why am I distracted? Something distracted me. I think I was looking at the Yankee score. That it was Denzel in the remake, but it was it's Walter Matthau. Walter Matthau is in the original. Walter Matthau plays the lead in the original. All right, let me open this up, reveal it. There we go. All right, and so here comes our last double points question. Even spaceships have criminals. Name the movies in which the XXX franchise stars Vin Diesel and Ice Cube, respectively, play convict. These have nothing to do with XXX. It just dawned on me when I wrote the question that they both were the leads in XXX movies. They play convicts trapped on an alien planet with monsters. So what are those movies in which the stars of the XXX franchise, Vin and Ice, they play convicts trapped on a planet with monsters? All right. So far, only one team. It looks like only Marley's Chains got the Ice Cube one. The movie I took a couple for Pitch Black, Riddick, because they're both kind of the same. I put Pitch Black, but it's Ghosts of Mars is the movie with Ice Cube. Ice Cube. It's interesting how they have oddly parallel careers, both being in XXX and these movies. John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars, really where John Carpenter, I think, kind of gave up, and he was just like, I've had enough of this shit, and rightfully so. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings here as we head into the post-credits blitz. We got Hi with 4, CNX Trivia with 12, Chris the Curator 14, Still Lonely Island with 15, Old Man Screaming 18, Drunk Quizzery with 23, Powder with 25.83333. Ulrich von Lichtenstein with 28, Cars for Kids with 31, Movies with 33, Marley's Chains 34, La Penguina with 35, Sterling Cooper, Roland Deli Betts currently in the bronze spot with 36, Avis and Bobo with 37 in the silver spot, and Helsinki Syndrome holding down that gold medal spot for the time being. Let's see what happens. They've got 41 points. There's still 6 points on the table, though. So let's see what happens with our post-credits blitz. So I'm going to ask you 3 pairs of questions. There's an easier one for 1 point. There's a harder one for 2. Here comes your first batch. Number 1, name the English actor who played Fast and Furious franchise villain Deckard Shaw. So we got Cars and Crime once again. Or name the Welsh actor who played Fast and Furious franchise villain Owen Shaw, his brother. That's for 2. So name the English actor who played Deckard Shaw in the Fast saga. I love that they use the word saga for Fast and Furious. Or who played Owen Shaw. All right. 15 seconds on the clock. Let's see. It's okay. It's still 3-2, top of the 9th. Maybe I'll get to see the end of the game. All right. So everybody who submitted got something right. A handful of teams got the 2-pointer, which is pretty solid. Number 1, the easier one, is Statham. He plays Shaw of Hobbs and Shaw. And his brother is played by Luke Evans. Luke Evans plays Owen Shaw. All right, here comes your next batch of questions. Name the role played by musician actor Alanis Morissette in the Ben Affleck starring film Dogma for 1 point. Or name the role played by musician actor Will Smith in the Ben Affleck cameoing film Suicide Squad for 2 points. So we had Affleck and music. That was my thinking here for this. All right, time is up for this set of questions. Vastly more teams got the 2-pointer. Alanis Morissette plays God in Dogma, and Will Smith plays Deadshot. All right, and here it comes, the final. Well, actually, no, I'm going to ask you a tiebreaker either way, just in case the audit bears out some kind of tie, because that actually happened last season with gold and silver. So here is your last regular question, your last one that's worth points. Name the municipal department being used by Noah Cross to perpetrate an LA money-making conspiracy in Chinatown, the movie Chinatown, 1974, for 1 point. Or name the private transportation company being used by Judge Doom to perpetrate an LA money-making conspiracy in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. We got LA and crime once more. We got transportation in there. It's a big soup of all the previous ideas. So what is the department that's being manipulated by Noah Cross for a money-making scheme in Chinatown? And what is the name of Judge Doom's transit company? All right, let's start it. All righty then. That is time for this one. Oh, so close. One team, super close. Okay, so it was so it's the water department. So hopefully you recognize that it's a water. If you remember Chinatown, you know it's like a water scam that they're running, and the sorry, I'm just regrading a couple of these. The Judge Doom company is Cloverleaf Industries. Cloverleaf, not Cloverfield. It's Cloverleaf Industries. It's a Los Angeles water company, the water department for that one. So that was tough. It wasn't Acme. A lot of teams guessed Acme for the Roger Rabbit one. But let's see. I'm going to ask you the tiebreaker either way. Let's see what our scores look like. We are going to have to. Wow, we got a bunch of teams here tied for in the second and third place spots. So let me ask the tiebreaker, and then I'll figure out. I will announce a temporary winner, and then formalize it once I go over all the answers later. All right. So whichever the tied teams gets closer to the correct answer, whether you go over or under, you'll win the tiebreaker. Here's your question. How many people does Chucky kill on screen across his 7 feature-length films, not counting the USA TV series, looking at how many people does he kill on screen, or how many kills are credited not to Charles Lee Ray, but Chucky, like as the doll? All right, so let me see who's in that second. That 40-point spot. Let's see. We got Avis and Bobo, Marley's Chains, La Pinguina, and Sterling Cooper. Let's see. So far, as it stands right now, we've got the answer, by the way, is 53. The answer is 53 people is who he kills. So that would, at the moment, unless something changes in the audit, let me read off your final scores, and I will announce the pending review, who wins. All right. So thank you. First of all, before I do, I want to say thank you so much to everybody for playing this season. It means the world to me. I know we're a small but mighty group. Yes, it is also, to anybody who's just playing for the first time, this is the championship game. So it's ratcheted up a little bit. But it's usually the movie quiz is a little hard, but the championship especially. All right, so we've got our final scores tonight. See You Next Trivia with 12, So Lonely Island and Chris the Curator with 16, Old Men Screaming 22, Drunk Quistery 23, Powder from the movie Powder 29.833333, Ulrich von Lichtenstein 31, Cars for Kids 34, Movies 37, Sterling Cooper 39, La Pinguina finishing just out of I think they're a new team anyway, so I don't know if they'd be in medal contention anyway, but finishing in the 4th place spot with 40. In 3rd place, winning a bronze medal, is Marley's Chains. Marley's Chains was just slightly off and taking home silver, I think maybe for the 2nd season in a row, not counting the Winter Clash. It's Avis and Bobo, and with a dominant performance, they would have won even without their Yaddle cards. Your champions for season 12 return to the Multiplex of Madness with 46 points. Helsinki Syndrome, nicely done. They are your champions for season 12. So the way this is going to go down, that's it for season 12. I am going to switch to like a holiday schedule, I think, for the rest of the fall. We'll do a Halloween show. Probably the night before Halloween, we'll do a Thanksgiving show, and we'll do a Christmas show, and then probably come back for some more fun in the new year. Maybe even some in-person live shows. We'll see. All right. So thank you so much. I'll see you back here for Halloween, either somewhere towards the end of the month, probably on the 30th. It's been a blast hosting and hanging out with you all for season 12. And I liked the format. I like the mini seasons. I think we'll do it. Again when the seasons pick up in later on, probably in the new year. All right, so have a great week, everybody. Let's go, Yanks. I'll see you back here for Halloween. Congrats to Marley's Chains, Avis and Bobo, and your gold medal winners, Helsinki Syndrome, McClunky.